Hey, United Angels Foundation families. My name is Sylvia Lamb, and I'm the Executive Director for United Angels. We wanted to send a video to you on this Friday afternoon just to connect after what has been a very eventful and very unique week in the course of events that we've all experienced over the past few days here. First, we're acknowledging that we're going through this unprecedented public health crisis with the coronavirus, with COVID-19. And as you know, we have canceled the remaining events that we have on our calendar for the month of March. That includes Classic Skate, which was scheduled for tomorrow. We've postponed that. We're looking at a date later in the summer so we can still make that happen, but at the same time being very concerned and very conscious of the health of all of your children and your families. We've also postponed our teen night events, and we've postponed our meetups and mom's lunches. So keeping all of these things in mind, we want to make sure that you know that there are still ways to connect with other families, and there's still ways to be together even though we have to be physically apart. I sent an email earlier today encouraging you all to check out our members only Facebook group that we have. It's United Angels Foundation, members only. We have a really great group on there, and over the past couple days we've been connecting about new routines, which could include just having everybody at home together, homeschooling, how to kind of manage the time and figure out these new routines that we're developing for our families right now. We've also just connected about who everybody is and kind of doing some introductions. And we would love to have you join us over there. I think that one of the great things that we do at United Angels Foundation is bring people together and create a platform for people to develop friendships and to network and share experiences and support one another. And our Facebook page that we have for members only is a really great, safe place that you can do that, where you know you're interacting with other members and can just kind of be together in this interesting time. We've also wanted to let you know that there are some other ways we're trying to bring folks together, and that's through some online parent trainings and educational seminars. We have 2 scheduled for April. We have one coming up at the beginning of the month. I'll be sending a link to the webinar very soon, hopefully by the end of next week. And we will be talking about SSI. This is going to be a great webinar for any parent who has a child age of 14 or over. And if you are really eager to get planning, please join us even if your child is not 14 or older. We're going to be talking about all of the different materials and information and kind of documentation that you will need to start to collect and put together in a portfolio, and then actually how the process to sign up works and all of the different benefits that you and your family can receive. Later in the month, we'll be holding another online webinar about IEPs. And our goal with the IEP training is that we can help you get prepared for your end of the year IEP meetings with teachers and counselors. We are looking to add more, but those are the first 2 that we have on the calendar. And so just please pay attention to your emails and to our social media for all of the details there. And we're just really excited to have something on the calendar that we don't need to postpone, because these are online and remote, and you can join us from the comfort of your own home and not worry about anything that's happening right now. With everything that's going on, we want to acknowledge that there's a lot of feelings that we're all feeling right now. And these emotions are very valid. We had an earthquake a couple days ago, and I personally grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area and have experienced quite a few earthquakes. I was in elementary school during the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake, and we ate dinner really early in my house. So we were eating dinner when that happened, and we all dove under the kitchen table and duck and covered and went around surveying the house and the minor damage that we experienced. Thankfully, it was just really minor damage. But I grew up with earthquakes being kind of a not really common occurrence, but something that was familiar to me. And I know that this was the biggest one that we've experienced in Utah since 1992. And so for a lot of people, this was the first time they've ever felt one, maybe not even knowing what was going on until you turned on the news or got onto your social media. But that combined with having kids home from school, possibly working from home, possibly having hours cut from work, we're all experiencing a lot of emotions that are probably less than joyful and less than happy and excited. The emotions of fear, anxiety, impatience, frustration, everything. These are all very valid emotions. And we just want to point out to you that this is normal. This is part of, just how we react to situations like this, and that you should definitely acknowledge those emotions and acknowledge that it's okay to feel that way. If you're feeling less than perfect because you don't have all of the answers, please don't feel that way. None of us have the answers right now, and none of us are perfect. We're all just trying to do the best that we can to keep our families safe and to keep ourselves safe and protect our children. Bringing children home from school and having to do homeschool and create new routines, having siblings together much longer during the day than they're used to, having family together for that much time and feeling kind of cooped up in the house can definitely add stress and potentially have everyone experiencing some negative behaviors as children might be, interacting with their siblings and potentially arguing or fighting, or even for a lot of children, if they are having trouble articulating how they're feeling in a time of stress, instead of really expressing themselves verbally, they tend to act out and have that show up in displaying their emotions and their behaviors. So we acknowledge that is just kind of something that we're all dealing with as well. And we really wanted to remind you that as parents, the way that we are reacting and portraying all of our kind of reactions to what's going on, our kids can definitely pick up on that and sense our energy and sense that emotion, and they are going to feed off of that. So while we are acknowledging that no one has all the answers and no one's perfect, we really want to encourage you to be strong and try to remain calm and composed and really lead a great example with your children. And that doesn't mean to say that you need to tell them everything is going to be okay and everything's fine. It's definitely good to share with them age appropriately what's going on, but to also be that calm and reassuring presence for your family. And that's something that we've also been talking about, and we hope that you'll join us on the Facebook group and help us have some discussions like that, because I think we can really learn a lot from one another and share ideas and offer encouragement and support. We'd also like to point out a couple different things that we've been doing with our staff and with our families that's been helping. And one is making sure we get outside. I've been working from home and making sure that when the weather permits, I take the dog out for a walk about middle of the day, and I'll bundle up our baby. We have a little 6-month-old, bundle him up in his jacket and his hat, and we will just take a walk around the block and get some fresh air and maintain a safe distance. But just to get outside to help break up the day. We had families post pictures on our group yesterday and just show us the pictures of you getting outside. I think that was really motivating for other people to get out. I think it was fun to kind of see who everybody is on there and have that connection. And then I think, especially for myself, having that opportunity to get outside, having the sunshine and just a different scenery after being inside for so long has been great. I know that, we need to burn off our energy and we need to change up those things and have a great routine. So if you can get outside and get some fresh air, we highly encourage you to do that at this time. Helping your kids get outside to exercise and burn off that energy and be able to reset and refocus. So as they come back into the house, whether they're helping with chores or doing quiet time or performing their studies for school, that they have that little moment during the day to reset and put themselves back into a different state of mind. The other thing that we really want to encourage you to do right now, since this is such an interesting time, is to journal your thoughts and your feelings and the events that are happening. Just think in years from now, you'll look back at this and it will be quite interesting to remember this time. And I think if you even wanted to make journaling a family activity, where you wrote about things together, it's a great way to facilitate a discussion, to talk about and acknowledge feelings and process what's going on. And if you have older children who would benefit from doing this privately, that's okay too. There might be a family journal time where you share, and we're kind of doing this together, or maybe it's done privately and shared selectively. There's really no right way to do it, but that is something that we would highly recommend that you add to your daily routine if possible. So we'd just like to remind you that we're here for you. And even though we're apart and we are not able to have our different events and activities where we get to come together in person, there's a lot of different tools and resources that are available. There's a lot of great technology and ways for us to stay connected. So I've mentioned our members only Facebook group. We also have just a general business page on Facebook, and we have an Instagram account. And our staff is being very vigilant to be monitoring all of those. And we want to share words of encouragement with you and start conversations and stay connected. And I think it's important for us to stay connected as a community. And I think it's also important for us to stay connected to our friends and our family. So if you haven't had an opportunity to call someone or text them or even set up, a group chat or something like that, it would just be really great. I think we need to remember that we're not alone and that we have a really great community that's here to support and encourage one another and be there, especially in this time. So I hope you all have a great weekend, and we will be in touch. We will be looking forward to connecting with you and talking to you soon. Thank you.